Welcome to the Privacy News Online Weekly Recap, where we bring you the latest privacy news stories from around the world. My name is Brian Tong, and I'm your host. Without further ado, here's the latest from Privacy News Online. The Garmin hack could have been a disastrous, large-scale privacy breach. Last week, our cybersecurity correspondent reported that Garmin had suffered a large-scale ransomware attack. Well, after further analysis, researchers from Citizen Lab emphasized that Garmin holds a lot of sensitive location information, including the location of hidden military bases, and that the Garmin hack could have turned out much worse than a few days of service outage. Yikes. Key questions raised about algorithmic transparency by new GDPR case brought against Uber by its drivers. Uber drivers in Europe brought a case against Uber that could serve as a landmark privacy from algorithms court case for GDPR legislation. Now, by tracking and evaluating employee productivity on a very granular level like Uber does with its drivers, companies are actually generating personal data that is subject to the GDPR. Article 22 of the GDPR specifically protects people from their data being used in automated algorithm-based decision-making. The case could open up the black box behind many of the AI-assisted decisions that affect us in our day-to-day. Some T-Mobile customers shadow banned from texting after sending the word belly via SMS. T-Mobile had a censorship fiasco over the weekend where people lost the ability to text after sending the word. Seriously, if you texted the B word at the wrong time, you would be shadow banned from texting for 10 days. Luckily, it seems that T-Mobile fixed the issue after a few hours, but this was a stark reminder that SMS text messages are not encrypted and absolutely are monitored and censored by your phone provider. All right, it's that time again. Let's check out the latest cybersecurity news from Josh, a cybersecurity expert from Intigo, developers of award-winning security software.
Here's this week's top cybersecurity story, brought to you by Intigo. On Monday, the United States government released a malware analysis report detailing a remote access Trojan called Taidoor. Earlier variants of Taidoor have been observed in the wild since 2008, but the latest variant detailed in the report appears to have been in the wild since early 2019. According to the report, the FBI has high confidence that Chinese government actors are using malware variants in conjunction with proxy servers to maintain a presence on victim networks and to further network exploitation. The report concludes with a number of recommendations for protecting your computers from Taidoor and other threats. First and foremost, use antivirus software and keep it up to date. That's it for now. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Josh. Now, if you want to learn more about Intigo, check out the link below. Speaking of cybersecurity, a data breach at a genealogy site has privacy experts worried. A pair of hacks at genealogy site GEDmatch has laid bare serious privacy issues with online databases of DNA information. Back in July, GEDmatch suffered a hack that caused all stored DNA profiles to be shared with law enforcement, even if users had explicitly opted out. A second hack highlighted the fact that people had been uploading fake DNA profiles as a way to identify people with certain genetic traits, such as a predisposition to Alzheimer's. Now, data breaches where hackers get access to your DNA are more disastrous than having your email or password stolen, because one can be changed and the other, you're kind of stuck with it for life. This billion-dollar company considers privacy laws a threat to its business. Companies that rely on your data are afraid of privacy laws because they cut into profits. ZoomInfo is a company that makes its money by scraping information from email inboxes and using this harvested data to create a contact database where you can find anyone's contact email and direct phone number. The company recently went public, and in their filings, they noted that privacy laws such as the GDPR and CCPA are a threat to its business. They even noted that just a change in the perception of how well a company handles data privacy could affect future financial performance. Google's Sundar Pichai grilled over destroying anonymity on the internet. Google's CEO Sundar Pichai recently testified in front of the House Antitrust Subcommittee, where he faced tough questions from Florida's Representative Val Demings on how Google is able to track pretty much anybody on the internet. Google really came to this position of privacy ignoring power with its 2007 acquisition of DoubleClick, which tracks users around the non-Google internet using activities. When combined with the information that Google users give up when using maps, email, and more, Google effectively destroys anonymity on the internet. Yo Google, it's me. But yeah, you knew that already. That's it for the news. Now, it's time to drop something new. We're talking Privacy Talks. Privacy Talks features interviews between Privacy News Online's Caleb Chen and influencers, activists, and experts from pro-privacy organizations around the world. So let's go to Caleb, who recently caught up with Heath Adams, aka the Cyber Mentor. Here's some highlights.
This is Caleb Chen from Privacy News Online, and today I'm speaking with Heath, aka the Cyber Mentor.
Hey, thanks, Caleb. I'm happy to be here.
What is ethical hacking?
One day somebody just said, hey, do you know that there's you could be an ethical hacker? And I'm like, you can hack ethically? I didn't know that was even a thing. So the way I like to explain it is it's when somebody pays you, a good guy, to go and try to find vulnerabilities or exploit a system or a network before the bad guys do. So we're hired to go and try to be a hacker ethically and try to find vulnerabilities and remediate those vulnerabilities before somebody out there in the wild comes in and hacks an organization.
What is something you're looking forward to, either in the cyber world or just in the real world?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how things change in the next few years, because we talk about the passwords, and we talk about multi-factor, and we're going to have more multi-factor in place. I would say I'm already seeing it, but in the next couple of years, you're going to see more and more companies switching to multi-factor as a default setting. And I really want to see how hackers get around that. Is it social engineering? Are there bypasses? What are we going to do? So I'm really looking forward to the cat and mouse game that we have with the offense defense and just kind of seeing where that goes.
Heath, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Until next time.
If you want to see the complete Privacy Talks interview with Heath or learn more about the Cyber Mentor, check out the links below in the show notes. Now you're up to date on the latest privacy and cybersecurity news. Privacy News Online is brought to you by Private Internet Access, the award-winning no-log VPN service, who reminds you to always use protection. Now, whether you use the internet to stream, torrent, or just browse, a VPN subscription from Private Internet Access will hide your IP address and location, block ads, malware, and trackers, and it will even unblock geo-restricted content so you can stream your favorite shows wherever you are in the world. Don't wait another second. Sign up for Private Internet Access now and get up to 2 months for free using the link below, where you can also find a link to learn more about all the stories in this week's Privacy News Online. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'm Brian Tong, and we'll see you next week.